It could be 10 minutes, it could be whatever, to just try to make a difference. Or, it doesn't need to necessarily be a huge impact, but something that that you're doing that is furthering whatever cause that you believe in. I think that's what a lot of people fail to see, is that they try to think that they can make a huge policy change, or they have to do a lot to make a policy change, or, see a change in a future that they want. Whereas, it could be just supporting a cause, or going to a meeting, or, paying $10 to a fundraiser that will help support someone else. It's simple things that you can do. It doesn't necessarily need to be something that takes up 95% of your day.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Because I think a lot of people think like, well, I either have to do something big or not, or then I can't do anything. And if we all waited until we could do something big, 99.99% of us would never do anything, because, the chances that any one of us is going to do something really big that's going to just change the world is, I know for me at least, is not so much, but there's all kinds of little things I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And there's so many things that are being addressed at this conference. I was looking at the website, all the, some of the issues that are being talked about. I guess of all of these issues, which one do you feel is the most pressing issue of today?
I think the thing isn't so much for me to think in terms of prioritizing those issues, because I think they're all important. It's for me to think about, what skill set do I have, or what skill set can I acquire where I can plug into some of those things and work on those, and then trust that there will be people that will plug into the other stuff, And I do think they all kind of tie in together a lot.
How important do you think votes or civic engagement is for this coming 2020 election?
I think it's easy to say. I mean, people always say like, "Oh, it's the biggest one in my lifetime," and in lots of ways, even for me, I mean, it feels like the current direction that things are going in is probably the worst. Is worse than anything I would have ever expected to see in my lifetime. The disregard for the rule of law, none of these rules apply to me, I'm going to just do whatever. That sort of attitude, the rise in hate crimes, the increasing economic inequality, between the few haves and the mostly, people in the middle that are trying to hang on by their fingernails, and then the folks that are already kind of drowning. All of that is going so much in the wrong direction. What I find reassuring and what I find positive is that I do know a lot of people that just were not. I mean, they voted and they were maybe involved somewhat, but they have really stepped up and continued to step up. If the same administration wins the next presidential election, I think things are even going to get a lot worse than they are now, because it will be kind of saying that it's permission for them to keep doing what they've been doing, which is to not have any respect for the rule of law or much anything else about how things have traditionally been done. And I'm not saying that things shouldn't change and that there's ways that lots of things could be done better, but that's not the direction that we're going in.
And so what is your final advice to law students who want to become more civically engaged?
I think to just kind of think about something that they care about, whether it's the environment, whether it's prisoner rights, whether it's whatever it is, and find some way to plug into that issue. And then continue to do that. Find that some way to plug into that issue if they leave Minnesota and go elsewhere, because there's those same issues are mostly going to be issues every place else too. And I think if people can kind of get in the habit of trying to see the bigger picture, and get involved, then that will carry through. And I think the other thing, I felt, I worked full time when I was in law school pretty much. And I mean, I knew how it felt really overwhelming a lot of times, but to just kind of try to see the big picture of like, because sometimes it would just feel like this is going to go on forever and it's just too overwhelming, but to like, okay, it's only 3 years or and then it'll be done and that there's an end to this and, I can do this.
I needed to hear that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Hey, you guys just came back from break. You should be refreshed,
Thank you so much, Helene, for being on. Again, everybody, it's Min by Min 2019, Beyond the Vote.
It's on Sunday, February 24th. That's this Sunday at Harding High School in St. Paul. If you guys are interested out there listening, you can check out their website as well. What should they type in?
I think if you just go into any search engine and type in MN, space X space MN 2019, it'll get you there.
Alrighty, there you have it. And you can see a schedule of the different events and check out what you're interested in. Get involved.
So again, thank you so much. Thank you for braving the 97 feet of snow that we had out there. We're all here comfortably. Me and you are here comfortably from Skype in our own homes, while Abby and Anthony trudge the blizzard. So
it's been great to meet you all, and good luck with your show in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for listening to the Cold Call Lawcast. Follow us on social media at Cold Call Lawcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. While you're there, you can ask us any question you'd like, and we'll answer it on our next episode. We'll see you next time.